Hi students, today we will discuss about the topic that is basis of vector space. So we will see what is exactly basis of vector spaces. So after studying the vector space, the fundamentals, what is vector space, vector subspace, linear dependent, linear independent vectors and linear combination of vectors, we will see what is basis of vector. So it is sequence of vector space having two properties at once. So it must consist of some vectors and it is going to satisfy the two important properties. What are those two important properties? The given vectors must be linearly independent. Linearly independent means we have taken the linear combination and we have made it the right hand side part as 0. And it is going to span the space. Spanning the space means the given set of vectors must be also the subset of the matrix. The subset of the given set. So the linear combination we have to take it to check that. Next, I have taken the one problem here which is consisting of the three vectors v1, v2 and v3 and show that the set v1, v2, v3 is a basis of R3. 3 stands for what here? The three elements. First element, second element and third element. So that is referring to R3. Suppose if it is given like R4, at the time what are the elements? 3, but given is R4, at the time directly you can say that it is not going to span. So here to prove the basis we must satisfy the two properties. First is linear independent and the second is it is going to span. Span in detail we will understand in this part. For linear independent vectors we have the linear combination general format and we are making equal to 0. Alpha 1 as it is, v1 given vector, alpha 2 v2 as it is, alpha 3 v3 as it is. So once I write is made equal to 0. This is standard form which we have discussed in the previous video in the linear independent section. You can refer that. So multiply with scalar, multiply with scalar, multiply with scalar, then add. After adding you will get three system of equations. Write these three system of equations in matrix form. Coefficient of alpha 1, coefficient of alpha 2, coefficient of alpha 3, 1, 2, 3. So row wise we have written. Once you have written this, find the determinant of this matrix. 1, 9 into 4 is 36, 0 into minus 3, 0. Second term is minus, so it is plus, minus, plus, minus. Then 2 into 4 is 8, 3 into 1 is 3, minus, plus 3, 2 into 0, 1 into minus 9. So if we solve this, what is the value we are going to get is minus 1. So now we are making one conclusion. Determinant of A is not equal to 0. Means the vectors v1, v2, v3 are not equal to 0 in this equation. If v1, v2, v3 are not equal to 0, what are the remaining terms? The scalars alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, all scalars are going to be equal to 0. When all scalars are going to be equal to 0, then we are going to call this as linear independency or linear independent vectors. Next, the second is span. Once we have satisfied the first one, we have to move for the spanning the vectors. For this we are considering let three elements are given, so x, y, z is going to be in R3. Same equation as we have considered in the previous linear independent, take alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus alpha 3 v3. But RHS, look at carefully, we are going to write it as xyz. We have let it in the previous step. So assume xyz. But in case of this, we have not assumed here directly, we have taken it as 0 for linear independent. For spanning, we have to take the RHS as xyz. Then similar process LHS as like the previous. Only RHS is instead of 0 we are going to have xyz. Then write it in matrix form. After writing the matrix form, what exactly you are getting is again the value is determinant of A is minus 1, which is not equal to 0. What is the meaning of determinant of A is equal to minus 1 is the solution is consistent. Means answer is available. It is not misleading. So you are getting the exact solution. The answer is available. So at that time we are going to call it is spanning the vectors. Span of S is x, y, z belongs to R3. So x, y, z we have related it to y. sorry, V, it is V. So V belongs to R3. So overall, the given set V1, V2, V3, we are going to call it as what? It is going to form the basis. Forming a basis is nothing but it must satisfy Li, it must satisfy spanning the vectors. Next, we'll take one example, one more. Prove that 3, 7 doesn't belong to span. Look at the word doesn't belong to span. They have given some vector w is equal to 1, 2 and 2, 4. So we are writing like set is equal to w, the given vector, and vector is in which R2, means two elements they have given. We have to check now. Linear combination I have to consider. W is equal to k1 v1 plus k2 v2. Why only restricted to is because they have given only 2. What is the value of w is given, means prove that this is not going to belongs to span. So that is 3, 7, k1 as it is, v1, v2 as it is. So once you got this, after scalar multiplication and after addition, comparing these LHS and RHS, you will get these two equations. Take two common from here, you will get equation number 1 and equation number 2. Closely observe equation number 1 and equation number 2. If I observe, look at the LHS of equation number 1 and LHS of equation number 2. Both are same. But what about the RHS? Both are different. So what is going to be the conclusion is equation number 1 and equation number 2 are inconsistent. Means answer is unpredictable. It is mismatching. Hence the given 3, 7 doesn't belong to the span of S. That is what the conclusion is. Because the equations are inconsistent. Next, we will solve, we will not solve, we will have just the observation or the look over here. Example 1. Determine whether the following vectors forms a basis in R3. What is x1, 1, 2, 3, x2, 2, 3, minus 5, 6. They have given you how many elements? 2 elements. But what they are telling that determine whether the following vectors forms the basis in what? R3. But what is the answer? Basis in R3. 3 stands for what? It must contains exactly 3 elements. But what is the elements? How many are there? Only 2. What are those? x1 and x2. Therefore, x1 and x2 doesn't forms a basis in R3. It must have 3 elements. Similarly, they have given one more example. Example 2. x1, 1, 2, 9, x2, 2, minus 3, 4, x3, 1, 3, 7, x4, 2, 4, 8. And they are again telling that determine the following 4 vectors belongs to R3. This 3 indicates it is containing exactly 3 elements. But how many elements are there? 4 elements. So R3, which implies exactly 3 elements, but x1, x2, x3, x4, 4 elements which doesn't form the basis of R3. So this is what, how we have to identify the given R3. One more important point which I can add here. R3 means it must exactly contain 3 elements. Sometimes instead of R3 they are going to be writing like V3 of F. This 3 indicates the number of elements. Sometimes they will just write V3. So this all indicates the number of elements. So this is how we can design whether it is going to span, whether it is going to be a linear independent, and whether it is going to be forming the basis of the given vectors. So this is what basis, the terminologies, very important terminologies are linear independent, span, then basis. These are interlinked together. Linear independent, span, and basis. LSB. You can easily remember this. Suppose if it has to be basis, means it has to pass the condition of linear independent and spanning the vectors. So I will conclude at this point, which I have demonstrated the basis of vector space of VTU portion, EC syllabus, fourth semester students. Thank you.